Hello, thank you for joining us on the Re-Ride. One player. It's always a treat when things can get close and personal. Are you new to the Re-Ride? The team will be pleased. They are quite tired of having to spell everything out to all those newbies. In case you forgot, here are your buzzers. Before you go, please be aware that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games. And now, please enjoy the Re-Ride. Perhaps we will meet at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. And here's your host, the ruthless ringleader of the Re-Ride, Conan Blankenberg.
Hello and welcome to the Re-Ride. As we climb towards the apex, feel free to take in the sides before gravity decides to pull us right back down.
What the hell? Who brought the damn trapdoor back online? Sam!
What? No, wait, what? No! I have nothing to do with this, okay? I refuse to take the
Sam! What the? Okay, stand the by. Okay, what the is going on here? Who's pushing the damn button and who keeps resetting the damn thing? And who the hell is gonna host this damn game? Why does everything with this damn place keep going down the
Guess it's not as fun when you're the ones getting the out of this booth, huh?
Excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Oscars?
When I signed the agreement, I didn't think the position was already filled, and that would be, committing triple homicide to open it up.
Oh, don't worry about that. So far, everyone who's fallen down there has come back up unharmed. It really isn't dangerous.
Okay, but I was also under the impression that you, actually worked here?
I do now. Look, a host position just opened up, and a host position is what you wanted. Are you gonna get in that booth and do your thing, or are you gonna walk out and lose the opportunity?
Well, it's extra cash at the end of the day.
Well, whoop-de-doo, then off you go. I'll talk to you from the producer's office. Good luck. No.
Well then.
And presenting your host, the tenacious titler of trivia, Kenny Oscars.
Hello and welcome to the Re-Ride. We hope you'll excuse the ruckus and enjoy the show despite its rocky start. Since you're one of those impatient types, I hope you haven't wandered off to play Minesweeper or something. Otherwise, my debut is going to feel real lonely. But I suppose that's not your problem, is it? You came to play a video game and play a damn video game you will. Can't blame you, really. Cotton candy? Check. Tacky mascots? Check. The high-pitched screams of thrill seekers as the thundering rumble of steel on steel booms past you? Check. Welcome to Jackland. We hope you enjoy the ride. Get yourself a value to play for. Or don't, but I'd much rather you do. Category? Sure, let's see it. In space, no one can hear you, Fast Pass. May the carnage commence. If Disney built Space Mountain on the actual moon, what would be the most accurate name for it? Space Mons, Space Mount, Space Mons, or Space Mound? Mons is the term for a singular mountain on a celestial body like the moon. Ironically, the line to get on the ride on Earth takes the same amount of time it takes to fly to the moon. This is the part of the game where you pick a value and I just sit back. Here's that category awarded. Welcome, foolish mortals, to toxic fandom. This next one's a real butt clencher. If you're working in Disney's Haunted Mansion and you hear Code A come over the loudspeaker, what probably happened during the ride? Someone dumped a loved one's ashes in the attic, someone stole a tombstone from the graveyard, someone committed suicide in the infinite stairwell. Apparently, Disney employees have to deal with family members leaving their ashes on the Haunted Mansion. It happens so often that they have their own code for it, telling employees to shut down the ride and evacuate the guests because it's technically a biohazard. It may sound rude, but dumping an actual biohazard into the ride can make it way scarier, just on a visceral level. Buzz in for a value and no one gets hurt. Wow, that's pathetic. Way to kill the mood. Alright, category time. Amusement parks and other redundancies. You ready? No? Too bad. Because it's based on the documentary of the same name, what scene would you see on Exit Through the Gift Shop, The Ride? A robotic Banksy spray painting a building, an animatronic Aquafina rapping about vaginas, a fake Hunter S. Thompson. The Oscar-nominated Exit Through the Gift Shop chronicles a filmmaker's attempt to make a film with graffiti artist Banksy. You know, a gift shop ride isn't a bad idea. Imagine the time you could save. Hit your buzzer at the right time and you just might pick something worth playing for. Hope you got some extra time on your hands. We're doing a When Did It Happen. Now here's the category. The boringest place on Earth. Don't forget, buzz in at the right time depending on if the bottom event took place before the top event, after, or not at all. You ready? Well, you should be. The Walt Disney Company may have the most famous theme parks in the world, but even it has its lackluster creations, and I'm not just talking about the Snow White live-action remake. Just ask kids who have been to Walt Disney World which park is their least favorite, and they'll probably tell you it's Epcot. So this round's main event is... Walt Disney World opens its futuristic Epcot Center to the public. Way to go, Walt. You turned thousands of acres of Floridian real estate into the greatest theme park of all time. So naturally you build the theme park equivalent of a sociology lecture next door to it. Now tell me if these other events happened before Epcot's opening day, after it opened, or if it never happened at all. Foghat releases the hit single Slow Ride. An opening day line of 30,000 people forms outside the Soviet Union's first McDonald's. The Johnny Knoxville film Action Point bombs at the box office. The Broadway musical Carousel wins the Tony for Best Musical. Ferris Bueller's Day Off opens in theaters. Disney cancels plans to open an American-themed park next to US Civil War battlefields. The Oxford University Dangerous Sports Club performs the first bungee jump. Alright, that's everything. Thank you for riding the When Did It Happen. Please wait for the question to come to a complete stop before exiting. Well, getting first place is a lot easier when you have zero competition. So many values to choose from. Alright, here it is. Where history comes alive for $309 per day. Hope you got your stretches in, it's go time. Which of these historic events actually took place at Walt Disney World? Al Gore's 2000 election. When old Tricky Dick Nixon uttered his famous "I'm not a crook" speech in response to his role in the Watergate scandal in 1973, he said it to a group of tense reporters at the Contemporary Resort in Walt Disney World. Less than a year later, Nixon resigned from office, America learned its lesson, and never elected anyone with a checkered background and questionable morals ever again. Thanks, Richard Nixon. Choose wisely. The value of this next question rests in your hands. Now presenting. You have to be this big of a geek to ride. We hate on a lot of stuff in this game, but even I have to admit that Universal Studios' new Monsters Unchained ride with all the classic Universal monsters just looks totally badass. Which scene would you most likely see on a ride called Monsters Unlooted? Dr. Frankenstein disassembling their monster, the mummy encased in vacuum shrink wrap. Unlooted means to take something apart. That ride also sounds kind of cool, unless the next scene you see is Dr. Frankenstein trying to read the IKEA instructions to put the monster back together. Money, am I right? Look, there's a lot more at stake here than you think. Get your game face on, here comes a high-stakes this or that. Focus up, here's the category for this or that. I feel the need for name recognition. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and I'll need you to tell me if it's one of the top 100 bucket list roller coasters in the world as ranked by CaptainCoaster.com, a call sign for one of the characters in the Top Gun movies, or both. You'll get some money each time you're right, but for each one you either get wrong or simply don't get to, I'm taking that same amount of cash away. And don't let that wire fill up. You've got 30 seconds to do all 7 before time runs out. And your time starts now. Maverick. Wind Chaser. Jester. Phoenix. Leviathan. Colossus. Goose. Looks like someone took the highway to the danger zone, but took the off-ramp at the last minute. Damn, you're in last place? That's embarrassing. Oh well, back to it. So many values to choose from. Here comes an interesting title to complement the relatively uninteresting cash value. Is it really an attraction if you can't see it? Another staple of theme parks is the Dark Ride, an indoor attraction featuring animated scenes like a haunted house or a jaunty pirate-themed boat ride. Which of these attractions would offer the darkest Dark Ride? The Muso Black Hole, Vanta Black Diamond, Raisin Black Mirror Labyrinth, or Menin Vigello Black Alien Attack? Vanta Black is the darkest shade of black in this group. It's been used for space exploration and luxury cars because it can absorb 99.965% of light. I hope it's one of those cool 3D rides. Hit your buzzer at the right time and you just might pick something worth playing for. Take a gander at... Who wants to go around in a circle for 4 hours? Your trivia question will be delivered to you shortly. If you drove to Six Flags and saw 6 red with yellow striped flags flying over the entrance, what would it most likely mean based on official NASCAR rules? Someone died on a roller coaster, the drink stands are closed, 2 go-karts collided ahead, or you need to leave now. A red flag with yellow stripes tells drivers on the track that the pits are closed, so chances are you wouldn't be able to fill up on drinks in the park. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. If I wanted to spend $12 on a small soda that'll make me have to go to the bathroom as soon as I get to the front of a line, I would go to a NASCAR race. Get yourself a value to... Here's the question. That's one tasty concession speech. There's only one reason for any amusement park to have a Hall of Presidents exhibit. That's so people have a reason to sit in air conditioning and take a nap after a long, hot day of chasing their kids around all the rides. Sorry, historical literacy, it's the truth. Since they never ran for US president, which snack item could you not buy from the Hall of Presidential Losers concession stand? A John PB&J, a John Jay served as the first Chief Justice of the US and as New York's governor, but he never ran for president. Still, it's not as delicious as Richard Nixon's impeachment cobbler. It's so good, it should be illegal. This is the part of the game where you pick a value and I just sit back and relax. The park will be closing in 7 questions, but before you try to remember which character's name you're parked in, here's your clue. Wanna go for a ride? Hell yeah you do. Here's your fast pass to the front of the line. Good luck. Perfect, Jack Attack. A+, no notes. Oh, actually, here's one note. That is a large number.